Okay, here we are on, what is it, Monday, the day after Snowmageddon. We've moved the door, as you can see there. Door's been moved out roughly 16 inches. Yes, there's Vanna White, exactly. And now the level matches the other doors that we got going on here. It used to be a mini door, Jimmy's size, but now we're good. And so behind the door down here, we got cabinets. And Jimmy, what's our distance here to here, just so I got that?
That distance today, Peter, is 30 inches.
30, very nice. Thank you, Vanna. 30 inches, 96 inch, 8 feet, right? 8 foot ceilings, roughly?
8 foot ceilings.
Great, great, great. So now we're looking at a rectangular sink coming out of here. So the bowl will kind of be on this side. So we've got a little extra counter space here for, as requested by my bride. Yeah, we're
this
looking
will come out. We're given a tiny space off the wall.
So there'll be cabinet, the marble overhang, granite overhang.
Yes.
We'll sit there. Now the question is, so the 34 inch roughly on the height for this, then we step up to a 48 inch shelf, roughly 48. And so the question is, if we're going to have the top of this faced with granite, do we face this with granite? And in terms of the surround, the backsplash, do we keep the backsplash at the same level of the 48 all the way around? Because we do have a sink that's coming out of the wall. And so, we could be coming out of the wall and the backsplash, that has to be figured in. Otherwise, do we do this in...
16 inch backsplash.
Yeah, it'd be a high surround there. Otherwise, do we do this in wainscot and come out of the wall with wainscot? We do have wainscot all along the face of the little bump out there. Thank you, Jimmy. Beautiful. And then above here is just sheetrock all the way around that. But there should be enough space if you're standing in front of the sink here for someone to pass by behind you. It'll be tight, but that's what we got. And then Harry's demonstrating the toilet area here. Yeah, very nice. We just put the Hardy down. There's the waste drain under there.
It's this one here.
Yeah. What's that?
That's the measurement for that next piece of Hardy.
Oh, I see. Nice. But
in case you wanted to know, Les.
Brand new window there.
I'm going to be in your house on Thursday.
Properly framed. Friday, doing some top shelf roofing. So as far as lighting goes, we're going to have one set of lights here. We've got the sun tunnel light, which is up here with the sun tunnel, which is centered off of the toilet. One question is, what's the angle of that sun tunnel, back to the shower? Do we line that up with the shower head? Because there will be a shower head that we stick right about where Vanna's standing. Exactly. But this here is what we currently have estimated as the frame for the ceiling of the skylight. Now this is a little bit wider than the actual skylight itself. The skylight's 38 inches. There's a little mark up there on the roof rafter. Yeah, where Jimmy's putting the tape. So we'd be at about 38 inches there, and then we'd come down at a little bit of an angle to where Jimmy's going to this. So that would give us a little bit of an angle there. In terms of light, I talked to Chris about this. Chris suggested that we put a little LED strip around the inside of the skylight area. As soon as he said LED, Jimmy jumped all over that and said, absolutely, that's what we want to do. So we're looking at having a little bit of a reveal there. I'm sure we'll talk about that. What was the little...
A fluter strip.
A fluter strip that might go around the inside to keep that kind of hidden. But that light would be on a separate switch, which we would put over here. And we'd have a little LED up around the inside of this, and we'd also have that sitting on the upper side of this little cubby area. So underneath the cabinet there'd be a little LED strip as well as in the cabinets. So when you open up the cabinets, if you turn that light on, you'll have light inside the cabs also, because Nejla's blind as a bat.
That's nice, Les, but I wanted a Bud Light.
Yeah, right, exactly. But we got that there, and you can see here this little beam coming across is roughly the shower, where the shower glass would go up to in the ceiling. And I had to be sure that
this would be the glass wall.
I got to be sure that this corner right here wasn't too close to our glass coming up. But it is only glass, so it's not like it's going to read like it's two walls that are banging into each other. It's just a piece of glass there. Right, and as Jimmy's saying, we drew it on the. We had it on the floor. Can
And
you
I have
draw
the
a
numbers
mark?
here. Yes, I have the numbers here.
Yeah, so this is going to come. The glass will come about straight out to here as a solid piece, and then hit this angle and come back
To
over
another solid piece.
to another solid piece over there. Although that solid piece probably will be an angled solid piece,
yes.
and we'll have to get the glass people or person to come in and check that out. So right, the other light switch is going here for the shower light. We're talking about having one shower light kind of right up here in between the shower head and the wall. And remember, this is our beautiful, fabulous granite wall, so it'll be nice to have that kind of lit up so you can see that. Remember that 2 feet up to 8 feet. We do this whole side as a granite piece there.
Yeah, then we're just going to frame the back with 2x3s, or we're just going with a sheet of plywood and fasten it to the wall.
I think we were talking about maybe 2x3s because Les was saying that you'd want to have this work for us, this thickness, and we'd have that come up as granite all the way to the top. So you wanted a little beefier.
Okay.
And so there'd be more of a bump out.
Go ahead, I got it.
Yeah, I think that's más o menos. Is that what it is, Les? Más o menos.
I lost my tomatoes.
So these are the bodies. These bodies are just about center wall here, left side of the wall, and then we were looking at putting the handheld to the right of that. So if you're standing here, actually I think what's going to happen is if you're standing and showering, you're going to be looking out the window to some degree, looking out this way, I think. I mean, you could stand here and face this, but it's not that interesting this way. There'll be a lot more light that way, and you can look up. You can look up into the skylight a little bit from here. You still have that angle, yeah, that's actually another reason to do the glass. Is that the more the glass up here, you have a better view, sort of as you're looking up that way. If it's daytime, you might want to draw these for privacy, although there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot going on outside there in terms of people looking in. So questions were, is this a cool spot for the lights here? What are the details that we have for the these little LED channels around there? I think Jimmy and I had some ideas about that. Yeah, so the detail around the sink is what I'm thinking. Do we do the backsplash all the way up at the same level? And so I have that granite coming all the way around. I'm going to make those granite people really rich.
This backsplash, it would do 6 inches on that side, or so I'm thinking you could just come down and put your 6-inch backsplash right into
We
your
could.
marble.
That would be another way to do it. Is just to have it
And
drop
maybe
and be
you
lower.
can even make
right there.
a return up to it or something. You know what I mean? Have it, come out to here, down, and then shoot out.
Yeah.
Some sort of.
We could do that.
I just think a 16-inch backsplash is just going to be monstrous.
Well, it's 34. It's 34 to
Here's your
34 to 48. So it's not 16.
Here's your 34. That's your, and then 30.
Top of the counter.
35 would be the counter. So now you're coming up. You're coming up at least 13 inches on the backsplash.
And a heavy backsplash would be 6 to 8. So it's another 7 inches. But the granite that we looked at was really nice. It's it's.
Well, that's the granite that's coming around the whole backsplash.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
Whatever you say, Les. I was thinking maybe a return, but
we can do it either way.
If you want to do a big one,
I mean, the thing is, the granite people, if there's going to be the faucet is coming out of the wall, so it's going to be coming out either of wainscot or it's coming out of the backsplash.
Then keep in mind, your mirror's going to have to go up higher. You want the mirror to come down to a certain point. You're going to have all this space killed.
It does make the mirror higher, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the bottom maximum. That's going to be the bottom of your mirror.
Right. So we have to have all the kids tall. No, that's a good point. Maybe that's too much. Come down for normal backsplash. I think that's the review. Inside 10 minutes. It's the 10-minute review. Yeah, so the spacing off of the sun tunnel, does that line up with the shower head? The ceiling fan, I think Chris was talking about having the ceiling fan right up off of this, so you'd have the light for the sun tunnel up here, just centered off the toilet, then the ceiling fan, then the shower head, and then the recessed light in here. I think that's about right. And then we'd have again these little LEDs inside of this. I think we've jammed this thing about as full as we can as far as the bathroom goes. We're going to put an outlet in here on the inside of this.
LED lights too in here?
No, I think that's overkill. I know it's hard for me to say.
I can't believe you said that.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's overkill. But yeah, and the details around the toilet. So we're going to have a backsplash that comes, you know, whether it's 6 inches or we have a higher maybe an 8-inch backsplash around this. Then we've got the faucet for the tub coming right out here. But then what's the detail around the inside of the toilet? Is this wainscot at 48 inches and below? Or just, and then sheetrock up from there, you know, to have the wainscot idea, so it follows all the way around.
Wainscot would come right around this wall.
Yeah.
Coming down here,
come down
up
there.
48,
Right.
and then sheetrock.
Right, exactly. And we'd follow that all the way
Yeah,
around.
and then we follow it up to the window, and then we make a sort of a nice sill, come back up, and 48.
Mm-hmm. And then do we bring that around to the backside to the cabinets as well, because the cabinets will be the same color and same painted stuff.
Right, and at that point, you're going to have to put a wainscot up here, up to the sink.
Right.
Coming in this whole wall vent, and then bump it into that.
Right.
You know, if you're coming all the way around here with
But then that's the point we're at 48. If we're at 48 with the wainscot all the way around, then we dip down again to the, you know, the 6-inch backsplash.
Okay, yes, yeah, I get that now. You're going to be the 40, yeah, right. I just think you got to keep, you know, I mean, in your mirror is basically going to start, you know, whatever that is. And now look at I'm not even halfway. You're probably halfway in the mirror.
Yeah. Well, we haven't done.
We could do wainscot on this wall.
We haven't done the water yet. We could still have the water come out of the deck.
We could do the wainscot on this wall, and then a baseboard, a backsplash right on mounted onto the hardy. I mean the wainscot.
But would the wainscot just come up to the 48 on the back here? Yeah.
Yep. Come up to the back of it, and then we can put in a backsplash at this point, so it'll be wainscot coming up behind it.
Right. But only for 6 or 7 inches, and then it's sheetrock.
Yeah, but
it'll read right.
It'll read right. It will.
Okay.
I mean, again, that's up to you guys. I come back every other day with a different plan, so.
No, you don't. We're making decisions. Look at Snippy. All right. All right. Thanks for your time. This has been Vanna White and I don't know.
Bill Belichick.
Right. Something like that.